How y'all doing? So the video gonna be about Jamie Foxx. He brought up an interesting point when he was talking about the Texas shootings and Buffalo. He mentioned both. He said so-called Christians who are so-called righteous people ain't got nothing to say about these shootings. He went there. I feel the same way in that regard. All these people who want to Bible thump and want to get deep and speak are very silent when it comes to guns. Why is that? Why is that? Because if you really, but you see, I always say violence and racism go hand in hand. So called Christians were also allowing during slavery, also seeing people getting lynched and hung in trees. And they would send those out like postcards, but they would be the first ones to church on Sunday. See, the contradiction is alive and well. So called. So called. Mm-hmm. They come out here and tell you Joe Biden is a church going guy and how he is. But he the same person that said if you ain't black, um, you're not black if you don't vote for me. And and he signed the crime bill back in '94, and his antics, where he's portrayed himself. See, it doesn't jive right. Mm-mm. Doesn't jive right. Well, see, first of all, if you're a real Christian or you believe, you don't want the material things, first of all. You would denounce all of it. Because if you believed in the power, you're not going to be seduced by what's wrong. And you know good and well that these guns is evil and wrong. You know that there's a racist agenda, there's a genocidal agenda, and there is a financial greedy agenda. But it's too wrong to people don't want to speak out about it because if they speak out, they rock their bag. Hmm. That's when they bring Kamala Harris and Al Sharpton to come in there and try to smooth out. You notice how this always goes. It's the same old faces in the same old places. Political agenda, political hoodwink. But I thought Jamie Foxx brought up a good point. These so-called Christians, where are they speaking out against the gun violence? Where are they not protecting the children and black people? Where are they at? You want to be the first and be so self righteous, but you don't want to condemn evil and negativity and racism when it's staring you right in the face. Because you about that bag life. You ain't about that human life. And it shows. All right, give me your thoughts and your takes. I welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. And don't get starstruck. Don't get caught up in all that Hollywood fluff. They say what they got, what they want to say. But there's a reason why you see certain things that come to the forefront. But he did make a good point. These so-called Christians ain't saying nothing about the attacks against black people and these kids. I wonder why. And they use that Fox News agenda garbage. But then again, it ain't just a Republican thing. It's a Democrat. It's all things because it ain't really hidden the way it's supposed to. Where people really make a stand. A real stand. And when you make a real stand, you relinquish this so-called power because it's fake and fraudulent if you're a true believer. I'm out.